हेलो देयर। आज का ये वीडियो होने वाला है completely about how we can start living our true nature, the starlight version of us that we already are. And especially if you are an empath or a person who is into their healing journey and अब आप एक ऐसी place पे आ गए हो जहाँ पे if you try to heal yourself it feels very weird, you really don't know कि ये चीज़ पहले वर्क कर रही थी तो अब क्यों वर्क नहीं कर रही है, और this is happening which is a really major thing with you कि आपको लग रहा है कि यार how much do I need to heal myself more, why is it not ending and why am I not feeling the joy that I felt जब मैंने ये जर्नी स्टार्ट की थी। ऐसा क्यों लग रहा है कि मैं जितना खुद को हील करती हूँ उतनी ही प्रॉब्लम्स मेरे सामने आती हैं, and the more I do that the more they come. It's like never ending flaws of you, so-called flaws of you that you are trying to heal but it is not working now. There is a reason for it. Why is it happening and what can you do about it? This video will really help you a lot in doing that. And also अगर आप इन दोनों चीज़ों को follow नहीं कर रहे हो तो भी you can watch the video for fun and see what resonates with you and start with that. And again for all of you, whether you are an empath और ये सारी problems आप feel कर रहे हो, start with what speaks to you because that is what you need the most right now. And then जब आप वो एक चीज़ करोगे you will find the further steps, like it will all start coming together and the puzzle that you are in right now will start coming together and you will know कि ये missing pieces actually थे कहाँ पे. So I really hope this video helps you and guides you and gives you the answers you are looking for. Let's get ahead in the video now. The very first point is stop fixing yourself and start understanding yourself. Many a times जब हम healing की शुरुआत करते हैं, especially when we get into our healing journeys, sometimes it happens कि हम खुद को समझने की जगह we start fixing the flaws. हमारी mentality ये हो जाती है कि अगर मुझे कुछ चीज़ feel हो रही है and it is not good or it is not pleasant, then I need to work upon it, I need to fix it, I need to get rid of it or release it. And that happens when we misunderstand or misinterpret the real reason why we started that journey. The journey of healing or being an empath is not because you are broken in some way and you have to put yourself back together. It is because you are wired in a way where you have to understand and you actually already know who you truly are. और अपनी life experiences के through we give those parts of us to the situations, to the experiences जो बहुत ज़्यादा charged होती हैं emotionally in not a good way, and that energy, that feeling stays with us in the form of emotion that you feel every time something triggers you. And somehow we tend to believe कि अगर हमने इन्हें छोड़ा नहीं, अगर हमने इन्हें dissolve नहीं किया, release नहीं किया, it will really not let us live a full life. And that is where we get tricked. You do not need to release so much, you do not need to let it go so much, you do not need to fix yourself or work upon yourself so much जितना आपको उन चीज़ों को, अपने उन aspects को समझने की ज़रूरत होती है. Many a times being an empath, being an intuitive, being a person who is tuned in more to themselves, we somehow are fragile to the negativity around us, and due to the reasons जो on a soul level we choose, हमें लगता है कि the lies we hear are true, the lies we start believing in them, we start believing that we are not enough, you are not worthy, there is something wrong with you. और हम उसी place से जब आते हैं and we find healing and we find so many methods that there are available right now currently, we feel good because we get to know कि यार I can get out of this feeling this way, and it helps in the starting because that is one step ahead of where you were before. And then when you go ahead in that path, after some time, when you have actually released what you needed to release, when you have actually dissolved what you needed to dissolve, there is another step in the ladder where you really don't need to fix anything, rather you just need to either let it be as it is or understand what it is actually trying to tell you. और यहाँ पे many of us get confused because हमें लगता है कि यार if I was following a process, why is it not working now? If I'm trying to talk to that part of me and release that experience from my energy or from my experience or from my subconscious, why is it not working? Or why is the affirmation that I was trying to not working for me? It is because it is not necessary right now. You have already done all the releasing that you needed to do. और जो अब आपको करना है is just accept whatever is coming up for you, and number 2, understand and listen to what it has to say. It will tell you what it needs. It is not that much about fixing yourself, about healing yourself, about releasing things, jitna ki it is about listening to the aspects of you, to those fears. What is it actually trying to tell you? Do you need to take that step, or do you really need to pause? Is it actually telling you to move ahead in one direction and you are not going and you are trying to release it, जबकि वो एक guidance है? हमें लगता है कि हमारे fears, हमारे doubts, so many emotions that we have that are not so good and labeled as negative are something that we have to work upon. और जब हम इस perspective को बहुत लंबा carry करते हैं, it becomes very bizarre और हमें लगता है कि यार why do I feel burdened? Why are these things not working? It is because now where you are, they are actually trying to guide you. You don't need to release them, you need to listen to them. And I am sure when you start doing this, you will realize कि यार the reason that technique is not working is because it is not necessary for me right now. How do you do that? Every time you feel an emotion, अगर आप उस टाइम पर कुछ कर नहीं सकते हो, like you are in a meeting or you are in a conversation or you are sitting with your family and something triggers you, just love yourself enough and don't do anything. But then when you have the time, when you have the space, sit with yourself and just try to feel that feeling that you felt and just ask it, what were you trying to tell me there? Not how can I release you, not how can I let this go, not how can I get something else in its place, but what was it actually trying to tell you? Because it was trying to guide you. This was one mistake that I was doing from so long, and I was thinking ki, why are my previous things not working for me? And now when I look back, I realize this is why. I needed to listen and follow what they were saying because they were trying to guide me. They were not trying to stop me. They were not something that was wrong with me, but actually my own guidance. And I am nowhere saying that those things are not, or the techniques are not good, or there is something wrong with that. Not at all. They are really helpful. It has helped me a lot, many of the things. But there is always a next step which is there waiting for us. It is all there for a period of time to help you get to one step ahead, and once those things stop working, it means there is time for something else. So if you have clicked on this video and if you are facing some of these issues regarding your feelings, like why am I getting triggered, is what's wrong with me, why am I not able to get rid of it, why am I not able to release it, it is because basically you don't really need to release this. You really need to release it. You need to understand it and love it and let it guide you, because it is not there to harm you. It is just there to tell you. कई बार ऐसा होगा, by hearing what they have to say, you will get a perspective कि this person was talking to me in this way and that is what was making me feel vulnerable. अब उसके आगे what that part of you needs, ask it to guide you. You don't need to figure it out yourself. It has the wisdom for you to know कि आपको आगे क्या steps लेने हैं. Go that way rather than trying to release it, trying to heal it and forcing yourself and efforting. अगर वो efforting feel हो रहा है, it simply means it is not necessary and that is not what you need to do right now. So start listening to yourself and stop fixing yourself. You are nowhere broken, and many people who are into spirituality, into healing, get stuck because they start fixing themselves and they think they need to release it all, they need to heal it all, they cannot feel bad. If they feel bad, there is something wrong still left behind, still left to be processed, still left to be released, where it is not so. You really can feel bad if you are, you really can be angry if you are, you really can be frustrated if you are, and then let yourself receive the guidance rather than trying so hard on fixing the feelings that you're feeling. It is not at all necessary. So stop fixing yourself, because you are or never were broken in any way. The second point is everything that you feel is valid. ये जितना फर्स्ट पॉइंट से रिलेट करता है, इसमें थोड़े से डिफरेंसेस भी हैं, बिकॉज यू नो पॉजिटिव माइंडसेट और पॉजिटिव आउटलुक इतना ज़्यादा ट्रेंड में है दैट मैनी अ टाइम्स वी स्टार्ट worrying when we don't feel good, or try to again fix ourselves or fix that feeling when we don't feel good. We are like trying to get out of it by not actually understanding why we are feeling the way we are, because that feeling that you are feeling, which might be fear, which might be doubt, which might be worry, which might be a concern, will go away when you give it time to be there with you. It has a message. Every single emotion you have is a message for you. Once you understand the message, once you receive the message, you really don't need that emotion any longer, and it goes away. Every single time you feel the fear, let it be there and see for the message, look for the message, ask it to show you what it is actually fearing, and then go ahead and take the steps that you need. Don't force yourself to feel positive, to feel good, or feeling that if you are not feeling good there is something wrong and you again need to heal yourself in any way, क्योंकि कई बार healing can become very what should I say, tiring practice, जहाँ पे वो जो चीज़ आपको पहले help कर रही थी is more draining you, and it might honestly, it might only happen when you really don't need it. You are already done with that. Let it go, do it when you need it, but not every single time it is required. We can be triggered, we can be angry, and it is really very normal, because many a times जब हम you know spirituality में or we are an empath or we are in our healing journey, we feel like if we feel anything other than love for everybody else, there is something wrong and we need to do something, which is not true. You are a human, you have your own perspectives, you have your own opinions, you are an individual as well. You can have judgments, but what do you do next is what actually makes all the difference. Do you judge yourself for judging them? That nowhere is good. Or you will be like, okay, it's fine, I'm judging them, there must be something that I need to know, which I will know when I have to know, and just being light and chill about it, it will help you. And that is so much better than trying to again get into love of what you cannot really, because when we don't really like something, it's because it's not resonating that well, and maybe you have a perspective that is different from the other, or maybe there is something you need to know, which you will, but trying to fix yourself for that, blaming yourself for that, or thinking there is something wrong with me, that is why I'm feeling and I need to go ahead and again fix this, is not something that is true, and is not something that will help you in any way. And this I have learned from my own favorite teacher, Abraham Hicks, with whom I have a love and hate relationship, because every time I am angry, I'm angry at them, and every time I realize what they meant, I'm like, I'm sorry, I love you, and you know, getting back to that. And they teach this one thing, that you don't need to really like what you do not like. And many of the spiritual teachings teach us to be in love with everything and everyone. Now, I am not saying that is wrong, but if you have something that does not resonate with you, it is fine. If you feel fear before doing something, stop. You don't need to fight it, or you know, just release it or let it go. Maybe it is guiding you somewhere. Listen to what it has to say rather than trying to heal yourself from it. We all are just perfect, just the way we are, and this is something that I am realizing so much right now, that I already was so much perfect, and I already am so much perfect, and every single so-called flaw that I have is my own trait, and I can own it. Overthinking is something that I do, and I am now very okay with that, because now I have realized how to handle that anxiety and worry that comes up. Number one, I give it love, because I have built my trust on my well-being by reminding myself of times where I was so much supported and loved, and still looking for things and seeing how life magically is supporting me, how my guides are guiding me. And number two, sometimes handing it over to my guides, take care of it, guide me to what I have to do. And number three, never, this is the main, judging myself for having that anxiety or having that worry. And when you are comfortable with the emotion, it can freely flow through you. Our emotions are meant to flow, but when we feel like this is wrong or I need to do something else, that is when that energy actually wants to get out but cannot, and that is what bothers us so much more. So be okay with whatever you are feeling. Don't believe in it, because that is where the problem comes. We start believing in our thoughts and fears, which is not true. Ask for a different perspective, leave it for that time, let it go, take a deep breath, do anything that will give you relief, but don't judge yourself for having it. Be okay with having it, and then let life show you what that thought actually was trying to tell you. Because if you are feeling unsafe, you will definitely have thoughts towards worst case scenarios, because you need safety. The more you feel safe by understanding कि उस anxiety के पीछे का actual reason क्या है, why am I feeling so unsafe, and then realizing what actually happened, and then working with that rather than trying to get rid of the anxiety, you will realize कि यार इसका core reason was this experience by which I believe something like this, that I am unsafe. And then you remind yourself, did it affect me? Abhi bhi I am still alive, abhi bhi I am still breathing. How my life supported me, that it was not what it seemed. Maybe there is a different perspective. How can I look for that? When you start investigating it, you start inviting and allowing the insights जो already आपके पास हैं, that will really guide you so much towards the so-called release of that emotion, because emotions are meant to flow. They pop up again and again because there is a message you are trying to give yourself. It is not anybody else. It is an aspect of you only who is trying to talk to you. And the more you understand it, the more you are okay with feeling them, the more you listen to it, the more it becomes easier and easier to have those emotions, to be okay with them, to be angry and still not judge yourself, and see the humor, the fun and the love in every single emotion there is. Because fear in itself is a different form of love, because it's trying to keep you safe. And when you look at your fear that way, it completely changes the game. So try doing it next time. Every time you feel any kind of emotion, lovingly accept it and ask it, what are you trying to tell me? और अगर बहुत ज़्यादा overwhelming है, give yourself some break and try to reach for the core feeling it is carrying. Many a times anxiety is because we feel unsafe, because we have lived a life or maybe in an environment where it was unpredictable. There were fights all around. There were things that little child cannot handle. During that time, you can just hold that part of you in your arms in a safe space, love it, and tell it that now it is safe, now it is with you, now it is with the universal love, your guides, and give it that love. Your anxiety will for sure start calming down on its own. And make an affirmation if you feel to, whatever resonates with you. I am unconditionally loved and protected by my guides, by the universe, or I love you, which is a very powerful statement that you can say your own emotions or your own aspects, those little parts of you when they need it, and hold them in your warmth, your love. That is the biggest form of healing that can happen through you, for you, rather than trying to release them or doing anything that actually you don't need right now. The third and a very, very interesting point is expressing yourself completely. Now, many a times it happens when we are happy and all, jumping around, somebody comes and lashes out at us and we feel there is something wrong with us. But actually, many a times when this happens, that person is actually dealing with their own problems, their own disconnection, and when you try to give your happiness to them, they cannot accept it, because we cannot give anything to anybody. They have to receive it for themselves. This is a very big thing. If you can understand it, you cannot give love, or I'm not saying consoling people is wrong. That is really beautiful thing, and we can support them, and we should. But giving them the love in a way that, trying to give them the love that they cannot receive right now is really not something that we need to do, or you need to do. And there is nothing wrong that you feel that way. It simply means you care a lot, and the only thing you need to tell yourself is they will find their own connection, and that is what they need. Be in love with them, be loving towards them, just feel love for them, but don't try to do things for them that they need to do for themselves. Many a times people need to go through their own journey to realize who they truly are, and us time pe we can only love them and support them by being there as ourselves with them, rather than trying to find solutions for them. You can try it if you wish to, but if it is not working, it simply means give them their space, give them their time, and they will find their connection. So what I actually meant by this point was, just be yourself, express yourself completely, your joy, your anger, your irritation, your fears, everything, feel them completely and express it completely, especially when you are angry. Many times it so happens that we are taught to suppress our anger. Now, I am not talking about the anger that is very dangerous kind of a thing, no, but sometimes we get frustrated, we get irritated, and don't feel like I have to fix this or do this or do that. Yes, get to know the reason why did that happen, but then it's not something that you need to control so much, because कई बार हो जाता है, you get triggered, you get angry. Be happy when you are happy, express your happiness, and anybody who is not able to receive it or be with you at that time, it is not about you. Anybody who says something to you for being you, it's not really related to you in any way, because many a times we take things personally because we think there is something wrong with us, or there is something that we need to do about it, but actually it is their own projection and has nothing to do with you. And specifically, if you are an empath, this happens. We feel others' feelings very strongly, and we think it is our fault or it is somewhere related to us. Learn to recognize when it is something that you need to do about, and when it is something that is completely for them, and आपको उसमें कुछ भी ज़्यादा करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. You really don't need to go and explain anything to anyone or say anything to them, because it's really something they are working with. Because many a times when I am really happy and someone very close to me is very grumpy and irritated, I have to realize that if they don't respond to me properly, it's nothing that is related to me. Because earlier I used to be like, is my vibration not correct, or do I need to do something about my behavior? But now I realize that it's never that. Most of it is theirs, and I really don't need to do anything about it. I love that person, I am in support with them, I care for them, I love them, but I give them their space so that they come to their connection, and then we can have a beautiful fun time together. Because that is something that I struggled with a lot in my life, where I took things on me personally, feeling that it's related to me in some way, where it was nowhere related to me, and it was most of the times somebody else going through something. And the more I realized that it was really not about me, that child aspects of me also, they become very light, and they are not that much guarded and trying to save me, because they know if anything happens, number one, I'll be there for them. Number two, I will not change my behavior or my expression, because that is who I truly am. And number three, I will realize that it is not about me, and I will let it go. I will not try to fix it for others. I will not try to fix it for myself either, because it's really nothing to do with me. So I really hope I'm able to convey what I'm actually trying to say, because it simply means don't suppress your own aspects, your joy, your laughter, your humor, your being the way you are, even if it's sometimes being angry and irritated because you feel or you somehow believe that there is something wrong in those behaviors and you need to do something about it. And again, there are things that we need to recognize, release, understand and process, but वो बहुत कम percentage में होता है. It is not something that every single time we need to do. और जब हम उसे overdo करने लगते हैं, हमें चीज़ें ज़्यादा trigger करती हैं. So if it is happening with you, it means you really don't need to do all of that. Let go of it. Be light. Feel what you're feeling and understand yourself. Be with yourself. Every time you feel fear, what it is actually trying to tell you. If it has a message, it will come. If not, just leave it up to guides to show you what it has what meaning it has and what you need to do, and the path will definitely come around. So this was all I wanted to share for this video, and I really hope it will help you in being the starlight that you are, because the imperfections that we so eagerly try to fix are actually the light of us only, and it only knows how to glow. And the more we try to suppress it, the harder it tries to come out. So don't try to fix yourself again. You are nowhere broken. Express yourself freely with everything, and know when people backlash, it is not actually you, it is them. And understand when you need to keep a distance, because yes, many a times you need to let go of people. You need to understand they are not your cup of tea. That is also something else. And many a times people who are really dear to you are the ones who need their space. It's not about letting them go so much as much it is about really giving them their time and being your own friend during that time, having fun by yourself during that time, doing something else during that time. And again, if you feel sad, it is fine. You can feel sad because you care, because you love. It is not something that is wrong. It is an indication of your own love and care that you have for people. Be proud of that, accept it, and learn to be with yourself and with that feeling when you feel it, because that is a game changer which will guide you to so many more insights and steps that are ahead waiting for you. All the guidance is always there. Ask for help, set an intention, and then allow your guides to show you what you need to do in it. And more than anything, you just need to be yourself, in love with yourself and in love with what you are doing. That is the ultimate sure shot, perfect solution for everything. Try applying it and you will see what I am saying. I really hope this video helps you, and take what resonated with you, start with what speaks to you. Get more information if you need to. Many teachers are there. Abraham Hicks is one that I listen to. Anita Moorjani is the other I used to listen to. Now I don't. Sarah Landon is another channel. Is another person who channels jinke through. If you want, you can listen to her. Gabby Bernstein, then Suzanne Giesman, and Next Level Soul podcast is a podcast channel. Michael Sandler is another person who does podcasts on so many things. Get information that you need, and follow what resonates, follow what speaks to you, and you will find the books, the tips, the coaches, the teachers, everything that you need for you to more and more become the light you are. The healing journey is for you to become more of who you are. It is not to suppress any aspect of you, but actually dust off what is not yours. Use it for that, not to fix yourself in any way. You are not broken in any way. Thank you so much for watching this video. Take very good care of yourself, and remember, you are loved always and forever. Take care. See you in the next video.